Whether you like him or you dislike him, whether you praise him or criticize him, the fact of the matter is that we all need Gandhi. Hi, this is Afsha Khan and you're watching BHTV. In this video, I'm going to talk about a very interesting and difficult book at the same time because I had to read it twice. I'm talking about The Paradox of Liberation by Michael Walzer. Michael Walzer is an American scholar and he is the co-editor of a magazine called Dissent. Paradox of Liberation is the book which deals with the question that why many democratic and secular countries, after achieving independence from a foreign rule, face kind of religious revivalism in their countries. So and why do they fail in providing a truly democratic and secular government once they achieve independence and once they have gained this independence from a foreign rule? For this, he has compared the cases of three countries which got independence after World War II. So he has compared India and Israel, which got independence in the year 1947 and 48 respectively, and the third country is Algeria, which got its independence from French rule in the year 1962. In this book, Walzer compares the role of common people, the liberationists, the militants, the colonizers in these three countries, and he evaluates that where did these leaders went wrong and why did they have to face the revivalist movement in these countries. Now, what is the paradox? According to Walzer, the leaders who were leading the struggle of independence in their respective countries, they did not engage with the tradition and culture of the native people. They were more aware with the culture and values of the enemy countries than their own. So in this whole struggle for freedom, they forget that they should not negate the tradition of the common people for whom they are fighting. So in this whole case, he says that be it Frantz Fanon, be it Hull, be it Nehru, Gandhi, Ambedkar, they all were knowing the foreign culture and tradition and values more than their own people. Leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, Nehru, Ambedkar, they all received education in a foreign land. They studied there, they learnt the modern values and they wanted to teach it to their own people. So in this whole process, they forget that it is not easy for people to leave their age-old traditions, and this minor thing, yet important thing was recognized by Gandhi, and he understood the psyche of people. He did engage with the people. He did not negate their values, their culture, and even though he used the religious language, he used to criticize the religion as well. So this distinctiveness of Gandhi is not seen in any other countries. And to this question that whether he was responsible for the rise of Hindutva in India or not, he says that he has compared the role of liberationists in Algeria, Israel and India, and he comes with the conclusion that no other leader in those two countries, Israel and Algeria, were doing what Mahatma Gandhi had done. So they didn't play any role like Gandhi. So to argue that religious counter-revolution are the product of usage of religious language would not be appropriate, because in the case of Israel and Algeria, no other leader was doing it, but still there were religious counter-revolutions in these two countries. I hope you like this review. If you did, please don't forget to like and share this video with your friends. Hope to see you again in the next video with a new review. Till then, take care and stay positive.